I've acted as a lawyer for many clients on the innovator visa, and I'm currently helping those who are now coming up to the point at which they can apply for indefinite leave to remain. So some of the key points and tips for you I have if you're in this position are, firstly, you should generally look to apply 28 days before you accrue the 3-year period, and then order the priority, or better still, the super priority service, so that you can get a decision on your application before your initial visa expires. Now, that way, there's still time during which you can make an innovator extension application if your ILR application is refused due to a technicality, bearing in mind that this is still a young visa route and there have not been many ILR applications. I'm, in fact, doing some of the first. So on other visa routes, like the student visa and Tier 2 visa, which is now the skilled worker visa, historically there's been a buffer period that's granted at the end, so as part of the whole visa period, and this facilitates an ease of extension after the qualifying period. But this is not the case with the innovator visa. Now, it may be the case that the Home Office decides to vary your innovator settlement application to an innovator extension application if they're, say, not satisfied that the optional success criteria are met. The application form itself references this, as you can see from this screenshot from the ILR application form, but best to play it safe with the timing. Now, my second tip is check the deliverables or milestones in your business plan. These will hopefully have been set out in your initial business plan. You have to do this to some extent in order to fulfill the visa requirement that you have structured planning. But people who I've not worked with before, they come to me for the first time with business plans in which there's either no deliverables or no verifiable deliverables. So leaving aside the optional success criteria, you'll always need to show that you've made significant achievements judged against the business plan which was originally assessed. And this is the screenshot of the rule. So if your business plan does not contain verifiable deliverables, then this needs to be looked at carefully before you apply. Your ILR endorsement letter needs to be defensible in this respect. Now, my third tip is that if you can apply now, pre-October 22, then you can get endorsed by your existing endorsing body. But if you leave it until later, the government is now retendering for the endorsing bodies, and the current very long list of bodies is likely to be cut down to 3 or so endorsing bodies. So whilst you can potentially rely on your reviews or recommendations from your existing endorsing body to apply for endorsement from one of the new endorsing bodies, it may be more optimal to be endorsed by the body with which you're already working. So timing is a factor here. Now, with one of my clients, we're applying very early so that the endorsement letter, which I remember lasts for 3 months, is issued just in time to allow endorsement by the current endorser, but where the letter will expire just after the commencement of the 28-day period, bearing in mind the need to accrue 3 years. Now, in some cases, the timing will have to be carefully planned. In others, it may be more straightforward. And here, I'll just show you the published details of the tender. You can pause the video if you want to read from these 2 screenshots about the new tender exercise for the new endorsing bodies. My fourth point is a quick additional point on timing. So dependent on how your innovator business is performed and which success criteria you're relying on, you should be looking to start preparing your innovator ILR application as soon as your 18-month review has concluded. By that time, you should know whether you're going to be supported or not. My fifth point is don't forget that you need to show that the business is sustainable for at least a further 12 months, so into year 4, as shown in this screenshot from the innovator ILR application. among other things. And this is based on its assets and expected income weighed against its current and planned expenses. Best here to have some underlying accountancy evidence to corroborate this. The sixth point is some of my clients have fulfilled the 1 million plus revenue success criterion. Others have fulfilled the 500k export success criterion. But others, particularly those relying on the R&D criterion, will need to be carefully advised. I've heard some questionable recommendations circulating in this regard, so take your own counsel. My seventh tip is select your success criteria carefully, as shown in this screenshot from the ILR application form. If you're relying on the 50k invested criterion, then typically you'd want to show that at least that sum has been going into the company as working capital, and then a collection of the invoices to evidence linkage of the spending with the deliverables in the business plan. My eighth tip is bear in mind that the evidence package that's being submitted is also going to the Home Office, or is capable of going to the Home Office. So it's not just about the endorsing body. If they give you the sign-off, you may still be asked for the underlying evidence when the Home Office receives the application, in the same way that the Home Office independently assesses your business plan when you submitted your initial application. Plus, bear in mind that the Home Office will not necessarily regard all endorsing bodies as equals. My ninth tip for you is you should get all other aspects of the application process out of the way, such as taking the Life in the UK test. You can check out my series on the Life in the UK test separately to prepare for the test, and many hundreds of people have taken my free course on YouTube and have passed the test. So have a look. Now, feel free to get in touch with me via my consultation service if you need help. The link is just in the description below. I'd be happy to help you if you're planning an ILR application on the innovator route, or if you have any immigration inquiries.